Are you looking for some workhorse, budget-friendly wigs? Well, today I have 5 wigs that will be under $100 during our Memorial Day sale. They're all from Main Attraction, they're newer styles, and there are a few new colors thrown in as well. Okay, so what is a workhorse wig? To me, a workhorse wig is a wig that is easy to wear, throw on and go, and very low maintenance. All 5 of these wigs are basic caps, so there's no monofilament or lace front, and they're not heat-friendly wigs. So as far as maintenance goes, these will be the easiest to take care of. Now I have 4 short wigs here and 1 mid-length wig, and I'm going to unbox them all with you, except for this one, which I took out of the box so I could start the video. This one is called Dream, and she's in the color Sesame, which is a new color. I'm going to spin for you. Not sure if anything happened there when I shook my head. Didn't feel like it. And by the way, it's raining outside. I'm going to try to take them outside so you can see the color outside. We'll see how that goes. All right, she's a really cute pixie. She has some volume here. I feel some permatease in here. But she feels very lightweight. As far as how she's fitting me really well. So when I take off the cap to show you the cap, we'll take a look at where the adjusters are. Okay, so before I give you the measurements of Dream, let me just tell you my measurements. My circumference is 21 inches. Ear to ear, I'm 12 inches. Forehead to nape, I'm 13 inches. My face, forehead to chin, is 8 inches. My forehead is 3 inches and my neck is 3 inches. If you don't know how to measure your head correctly, no worries. I have a video linked in the description below where I show you how to take all of those measurements correctly. All right, so let's talk about Dream's measurements. Her back is 2 inches to 5 1/4 inches, and I'm sure that has to do with all the layers that are in there. Her nape is 2 inches. Her bang is 4 1/4 inches. Now I said my forehead is 3 inches, so yeah, you can see some of these pieces here are hanging down further. And you could wear her wispy, really cute, off to the side if you like that. We'll play with her style a little bit. Her length from the ear tab is 3 inches, and she has, we'll look at the ear tabs too, but she has hair spliced in here, so it comes out like it's your own hair. Her top is 4 1/2 to 5 3/4 inches. Again, I'm sure that has to do with the layers. Her sides are 2 to 3 inches, and she weighs just 2.2 ounces. She feels very light. And she has a really nice shape here that I think the permatease lends to. Now, as far as styling her, I would probably put her behind my ear just like that. I love to do that. You could definitely get some volume up here if you wanted more. You can see that. Or, more like the stock photo, you could tamp her down a lot. So I'm just going to, there we go. This is much more like the stock photo. I'm actually looking at it as I do this, and I'll put it up here on the screen. But you can see they tamped her way down for the stock photo. So you could wear that either way. You could also stick in a headband. That would be really cute. Really great style. And throw on and go. I took this right out of the box. I did nothing to it. I didn't even shake it up. All right, let me try on the glasses. Under the ear tabs. I would feel that. It's not bad. Over the ear tabs, if I can get it over the ear tabs, no problem whatsoever. Speaking of ear tabs, let's take a look at the ear tabs. Okay, so see all these hairs are spliced in. These are not mine. Anything that's mine is gray, so I'm hoping you can see this here. But the ear tab has nice coverage. There is a space here above my ear, so it's not rubbing. And also in the back here, there is space between the edge of the wig and the top of my ear, so it's not rubbing. So hopefully that's helpful to you when you compare your measurements to my measurements to know how the wig's going to fit, how it's going to look on you. Now this color is one of their new colors. It's called Sesame. It's described as a rooted highlighted color. It's an ash brown with gold blonde highlights and dark brown roots. And I would say that's a great description of this. It's really a pretty color, and I think this color could work for a lot of people. I would definitely call this a warmer color. Okay, let's try to take this color outside. Okay, I'm outside. It's raining, but that's one of the beautiful things about wigs. It's like wearing a hat. You can't really tell. We were at a baseball game the other night, and my husband was laughing. He said to my son, "She has no idea it's raining," because I was wearing a wig, and I didn't. I was sitting there just fine. Anyway, this is the color Sesame. I'm cracking myself up. This is the color Sesame. You can see the dark roots. It's a really pretty color. Okay, let's head back inside. Okay, so let's take a look at the cap. And by the way, the fibers on these are really nice. For under $100, I think these are a great buy. Okay, if I'm out of breath, it's because I just ran up the steps. So as you can see, it's a basic cap. There's no monofilament, no lace. They said very thin wefting, and I would say that's true. If you look at that there, they do look like thin wefts. As far as where the adjusters are, you can see here they're in a little bit. So it can go larger, and let's take a look at the stretch. There's plenty of stretch in here. So I would say that this goes to an average. I don't know if it would go larger than an average because it did fit me really nicely, and I only have a 21-inch circumference. In any case, that is Dream. She's adorable in the color Sesame. Okay, next we're moving on to Sequel in Butternut. So let me just take a look here. And oftentimes main attraction wigs come just like this. There's no net on them, and there's bobby pins in the box. So I just wanted to let you know that sometimes people think if there's no net on the wig that it was previously worn or opened, but this is brand new. All right, so Sequel in Butternut. Let's put her on. Okay. Let's take a look, and she's a basic cap, just like the others. Now, if I look at the stock photo, I had to look at the name of the wig again. It doesn't look anything like the stock photo to me. Let me take a look at another picture. Oh, maybe she just has it down like this. Let's see what I can do to emulate the stock photo at first, and then we'll play with it. Yeah, it looks like she has the bangs down and the sides down, more like this. You know, so many times we look at the stock photo and we're like, is that the same wig? So I wanted to see if I can get it to look like the stock photo. I guess that's more similar. You guys can let me know. I'm putting the stock photo up there. Now, right off the bat, this is not heat friendly, and wigs in this color are going to look shinier in your regular synthetics. There are products that you can use. As a matter of fact, in my last video, I addressed shine, and Envy has one called Get Dressed. There are dry shampoos. You can do a cold soak. You can even use good old cornstarch out of your pantry. There's many things you can do to bring down the shine. And then, of course, over time, the shine does lessen naturally. Okay, so this is Sequel. I'm going to spin and show you the style. I would probably put her behind my ears a little bit, like that. But I'm going to let her out as I spin so you can see the whole thing. And you see, this was right out of the box. She does have some permatease adding to the shape, but I wouldn't say it's a ton. It's a medium amount, I would call it. So you could definitely get some volume in here if you wanted to play with that. You could tamp it down as you saw I did. You can play with the bangs and maybe make them off to one side. I like them coming down on the forehead a little because you don't want to see that hard line of the basic cap showing. So I always like when there's somewhat of a bang. It doesn't have to be a straight across bang, but just something that disguises that. I like it coming down to one side like that, I think. Yeah. You definitely have some nice shape and volume in here. And it's, you know, a slight wave, I would say, or not like a curly curl. One of these does have a lot of curly curls, but yeah, this one has some nice waves in it. All right, so let's look at the measurements. The back is 1 3/4 to 3 1/4 inches, again with the layers. The nape, 1 3/4 inches. The bang, 3 3/4. So again, I have a 3-inch forehead. You can see there's some pieces that come down longer. But really, I would not have to trim these at all to wear this. The length from the ear tab, 3 1/2 inches. The top, 3 inches to 4 1/2 inches. The different layers there. The sides, 3 to 3 1/4 inches. And she weighs 2.6 ounces. So a little bit heavier than the other one. I honestly cannot tell the difference. So butternut is a rooted, highlighted color. And even though it does have some warm tones in it, it does have some cool tones as well. So I would say this leans more neutral. Let's take a look at the ear tabs. Again, you have these hairs spliced into the ear tab there, so it looks like your own hair. But the ear tab is coming around here. I have space between the bottom of the ear tab and the top of my ear, which is nice. And I also have space between the edge of the wig and the top of my ear. So there's no rubbing happening. Sometimes if you get that, that can be really bothersome over time. These are very comfortable. And again, it's fitting me just like Dream was fitting me. All right, let's take this color outside. Okay, so here we are outside. You can see the color is less shiny outside than it is in the studio lights. That's why I like to show it to you outside as well. This is, you know, more natural. And I'm trying to get some accurate color for you. And I do think this would be more of a neutral color. You guys can let me know what you think. It does have definitely cool tones in there and some warm ones. Okay, so before I take it off and look at the cap, I just wanted to try on the little headband with it. If you wanted to wear a headband, I like to look and see what you can do with these shorter wigs. And also, this could be a really cute one for one of those clips. Yeah, that could be really cute. Maybe on both sides. Yeah, really cute. Okay, enough playing. I could play with wigs all day long for some reason. All right, let's take a look at the cap. All right, again, you have your basic cap, no monofilament, the permatease in here. I would say this one has more permatease than Dream had. Again, you have that thin wefting. Your ear tabs are open ear tabs with metal stays and the hair spliced in there. You can see that. You have an extended nape, open nape, and the Velcro adjusters, they're not in very much. And taking a look at the stretch, there is stretch in there. So I would say this goes to an average, and Main Attractions average is 22 inches. All right, and that is Sequel in Butternut. Okay, the next one is Uptown. I don't know if you can see that if I do this. I didn't do it with the others. Uptown in Toffee. Uptown. Whoa, okay, there's some curls here. Let me see. Now this one does have the hairnet. So like I said, they're all packaged differently. This one also has tissue, and maybe they're packaged differently by style. I'm not really sure. But I just wanted to let you know that because we do sometimes get comments, I think this wig was used, or, you know, there's something wrong with it. It didn't have the hairnet, but they really do package differently, even between styles, as you can see. Okay, so this is Uptown. I said in the color toffee. Let me try this on right out of the box. I'm not even going to do anything. Okay, whoa. I'm not used to curly hair like this. But they're nice curls, actually. I probably even would shake it up out of the box, especially something with curls. I'm going to try that. See what it looks like when I shake it up. You know, there's not many curly wigs, and I do get comments from people from time to time. I wish there were more curly wigs. Well, if you are one of those people, here's a curly wig. How do you like that after shaking that up? Okay, now I'm going to play with this style a little. The bangs, you could do more of a straight on bang if you wanted to. Like that. This would be adorable with a headband or those clips, and we'll try that. But first, let me just look at the photo. I want to see how they have it styled. Okay, so yeah, she has it off to the side. Hers, again, is more tamed. She obviously did not just shake it up and put it on her head. You can get a lot of volume out of this lady. Really cute. All right, I'm going to just fluff her up a little bit. And I'm going to spin and show you the style. Okay, let me try putting a headband in her. See what happens here. Yeah, I think that's cute. Or, like I said with this one's perfect for those clips. You could even put a few in. I don't have a lot of hair accessories here with me because I figured with the shorter wigs I wasn't going to use anything where you put the hair up in a ponytail or whatever. But yeah, you could do, I've seen people take then another piece and put another clip in. It's hard to see what I'm doing in the camera too, but you could do all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so toffee is a warm, highlighted color. She's not rooted. So you ladies who don't like a rooted wig, this could be an option for color for you. You really can get a lot of volume out of this one. There's definitely permatease in here. I wouldn't say it's a ton, but it's in there. And she's fitting me just like the others were fitting me. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't think I put the glasses on with Sequel. I'll try the glasses on with this. I'm imagining they fit the same with all of them because the fit of the wig is the same. Again, I could wear it under. I feel it a little bit. And over, no problems. Let's take a look at the ear tab. Hopefully you can see here. The ear tab comes here. Again, I have a nice space. And behind the ear, I have space too. So very comfortable. And this literally, throw on and go. You could shake it up and get more volume. You could tamp it down, however you want to wear it. All right, let's take this color outside. Okay, so here you go. Here's toffee. You can see there's some blonde highlights in there, some brunette. It's not a rooted color. And I think you can get a better picture of the curls here as well. Okay, and let's take a look at the cap. Yeah, you can definitely see the brunette and some streaks of blonde in here. Okay, next we have, what? Jumped right out of my hand. Next we have Lavish in Pepper. And you can see the boxes are no frills boxes, but that's why you can get such a budget-friendly wig. and it's a really decent quality wig at a great price. Okay, so this is Lavish in Pepper. All right, and I'm going to put her on right out of the box. Here we go. All right, and let me look at her picture. Okay, so this one, she wears it, the model's actually wearing this color, and she wears it very tamped down, more like this. It's very light wig. Now again, this color looks especially shiny in my studio lights. I will take it outside so that you can see what she looks like in natural lighting. All right, let me spin and show you the style. This is not a rooted color, and she has like a silver tone with some, I think pepper's actually a good description. It's not really black, but that darker gray tone in there, and we'll look at that outside. As far as how she's fitting the same as the others. Permatease wise, I would say she has some. It's not a huge amount, but she definitely has some. Let's look at her measurements. Her back is 2 inches to 3 1/4 inches. The nape, 2 inches. And with those 2-inch napes, it's really great. If you have hair that grows down longer, you know that having a longer nape will help cover that. The bang, 3 1/4 inches. So all of these bangs, I haven't felt the need to trim if I wanted to wear my bangs down, as you can see there. The length from the ear tab, 2 1/4 inches. The top, 2 1/2 to 4 3/4. The sides, 2 1/2 to 2 3/4. And she weighs just 1.9 ounces. I knew she felt light when I put her on. Really light. Throw on and go. You saw me take her right out of the box. You could get a little more volume up here if you wanted to. Play with that. Put it behind your ears. Really cute style. I like this one a lot. And this sideburn is part of the wig. It's not me. My hair is under here. So you can see that there. All right, trying on the glasses. Under the ear tab. Pretty much the same. I think these are all fitting the same way. Over the ear tab, I'd probably wear it this way. And looking at the ear tab, you can see the coverage here. I have space, and back here, I also have space, so it's not rubbing on my ear at all. Really cute. All right, let's take Pepper outside. Okay, so here we are outside with Pepper, and you can see it's not as shiny as it was under my lights. Let me take you around. It's a nice gray color. I think my mother would like this one. Okay, let's take a look at her cap. Can't get over this weather. It's so chilly and rainy. I put on my cozy sweater. I bought all of these new spring and summer tops, and then I was like, it's too chilly to wear it today. So here I am in one of my sweaters. All right, so you have your basic cap. Again, no monofilament, no lace. The very thin wefting. The open ear tabs with the metal stay, the open extended nape, and the adjusters they're in quite a bit actually on this one. So, and she did feel a little bit more snug. Again, I'm going to say this goes to Main Attractions average, which is 22 inches. Adorable. This is, what was her name? Lavish in Pepper. And our last wig of the day, let me open the box, is Flirt in Sunflower. And Flirt is a longer wig. She's more of a mid-length. Here we go. Let me put her on. Oh, cute style. I'm gonna see how they're showing her in the stock photo. Okay, again, I think in most of their stock photos, they just tamp the hair down as much as possible, but really you could do a lot with this. You got some permatease there to work with. And for those of you who don't know what permatease is permanent teasing. They are wiry fibers that are used to disguise the wefting when you have an open wefted wig like this, and they also add to the volume and structure of the style. I forgot to look up and see if there was a manufacturer description for the color pepper, and there is. So I'm just going to pull her out and read that to you. They're newer colors they have descriptions for, and pepper is one of the newer colors. So here is Lavish in pepper, and the description is a light gray mixed with a medium brown. Interesting. I didn't pick up on the medium brown. The medium brown is down here. I can definitely see some there. I don't know if you can see that there in the lighting. Hopefully you can. Interesting. And I like how the brown is down here. That's actually how you would naturally age. You would have your gray coming in on the top, and then maybe some of your natural color down here. So that's done really nicely. I know some people like to wear the grays that are rooted with the darker color, and some people don't like that at all. But this is not a rooted wig, and it does have the brown down here. All right, now back to Flirt in Sunflower. Now Sunflower is a very popular color for us for main attraction. We've sold a lot of wigs in Sunflower, and again, it's going to look shinier in these lights than outside, and I will take her outside. We've been pretty lucky with the weather. Okay, so let me first spin for you and show you the style. This is a really cute style. And again, throw on and go. Look at this. Just stick it behind my ear. How cute would that be? Like that. With my ear sticking out. Or a headband. Yeah, really adorable. I like this with the headband. Could do, yeah, definitely pin it back. That would be adorable. I don't think she's long enough for a ponytail. Let me look. Huh, maybe a little ponytail. You could even do a little ponytail back there. Could pull both sides back and wear it down like that. That would be really cute too. All right, let's talk her measurements. The back, 5 inches to 7 1/4 inches. The nape, 5 inches. The overall length, 10 3/4 inches. So my face is 8, so that makes sense. It's funny, it looks shorter on the stock photo, on the model in the stock photo, but that's typical for me. The bang is 4 1/2 inches, so that is a longer bang for my forehead. Yeah, if I wanted to wear it, you know, full on bang, I would have to do a little bit of trimming, but I think she looks cute, like a little wispy like this. Yeah. It's really cute. I really like this one. The length from the ear tabs, 7 1/4 inches. The top, 3 1/2 to 7 1/4, depending on the layer. The sides, 5 inches to 7 1/4 inches, and she weighs 3.35 ounces. She feels nice and light, and really nothing to do but throw her on and go. Okay, this one actually feels a little bit looser than all the rest, and we'll look at where the adjusters are, but this one actually feels like it could go a little bigger. Glasses under the ear tabs, no problem. Over the ear tabs, no problem. And let's take a look at those ear tabs. There you go, you got a nice space there, and same here. So there's not going to be any rubbing again. So comfortable. Let's take a look at this color, Sunflower, outside. Okay, here we are outside, and this is Sunflower. So you can see, definitely less shine than in my studio. And you can definitely do things to even minimize the shine more. forgot to mention, this is a cooler color. So you ladies looking for a cooler color, maybe that's why this color is so popular. I would say it's one of the few cool colors in the Main Attraction collection. All right, let's take a look at the cap. And here you go. You have your basic cap again. Some permatease in here. That thin wefting. An open ear tab with the hair spliced in. An open extended nape with the adjusters, which are adjusted in, and there's stretch here. Okay, this one out of all of these is definitely the largest, and I'm going to say that this can go even larger than average. All right, that's Flirt in Sunflower. Okay, so there you have it. 5 new Main Attraction styles. There were 2 new colors here, I believe, the pepper and the sesame. Let me know what you think of them, which was your favorite. And don't forget, during Memorial Day weekend, all of these are under $100. That's an amazing price. They're quality, great wigs. I'll have all of them linked in the description below, so you can check them out if you want to. And because all of these are basic wigs, I'm going to attach a video right here that shows you how to take a basic wig and make it look more natural.